All right, 1-2, back up in this piece. How's everybody doing? The main 100. Got a minute. Like you do. I'm alive and clear. I know nobody's I've been gone away for so long, I've been here, but I'll make it do what it do. I know I gotta bring back all my loyal followers at night. My fault, I've been gone another month. I've just been too inconsistent. I get it. I get it. Woo! Virgin Rocks, but she's from Nicaragua. I thought she was Virgin love. Are we turning? You guys don't have a few kinks up in this joint. Don't waste my time, no party. I don't just wanna chill with you. Oh no, I wanna turn on. I wanna turn you on. I wanna lay with you. That's the least I wanna do. Fuck, I look like I don't wanna chill. I'm kissing your eyes, trying to feel it. Can you feel it, baby? 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 Feels good to be back. It's been a minute. Shots will be fired tonight. Woo! I've been kissing you slow. Back on that roller coaster ride again, family. Up, down, in and out. Roller coaster of life. But family, can you focus on me while I'm going live? Can you focus on me? Live on the radio. Live on the TV station. Live on TikTok. Live on Facebook. Live on Instagram. Live on YouTube. Live on the radio station. Live on all platforms tonight, fam. We're going B.I.G. Woo! Can you focus on me? Can you focus? We're gonna dispel this illusion with these moronic ass FBA Indian cats saying black people hate, that Africans hate you. You know, whatever one experience they've had with one African, all African people hate them. Like I've explained to you, there's been some problems, but there's no hate. Most of these morons ain't been past their mama's front door. Whenever they reference Africa, they act like it's a one country instead of a whole continent. Which Africans are you talking about with the hate? You know, we just want to know. Curious minds want to find out. We just want to know. We're curious. Oh my, woo! We missed the rand. Woo! I think the FBA equal Tonto. I think these FBA cats equal Tonto. Wow. Black Americans who are pro-black equal Fba'S Reeves. Like I said, I think these cats equal Tonto from the Lone Ranger. You know, Lone Ranger was patterned after Fba'S Reeves, the famous Black American sheriff, not an Indian sheriff, right? Marshall. So it's pro-black Americans favor and equal Fba'S Reeves, while these FBA morons, these cats are Tonto. These are the Tonto cats. These cats are Tonto. Woo! Girl, it's only you for me. No lie, I'm trying to think of something not who I want them to be. That's not enough to me. Come on up in there, family. We're not gonna hurt you. Woo! I was wondering if you always know. You don't have to be perfect. I feel like it's worth it. I know now that I've been the world. Oh my mind, oh my mind. Let me be. Let's catch a flight. Family been on my mind. Oh my mind. Back up in this piece. Make sure my sound is all right, right? As we try to keep it real. Question is why I do the things I do. Answer I made every time I love to choose you. Wanna give up on you, but I know I can't. I put the blame on me for giving you chances to chance. I know you can't stand. And I try to be strong, but how much can I touch your words on you this time? And I'll do it like the old. Woo! Can we get it together, family? Can we get it together? You don't know the pain that I feel. You've taken my love for granted, and you just won't see it your way. Yeah. All right. Let's put that up there like this. Let's do this. We're gonna start this thing. Guys, give me a second.
Welcome everybody, welcome to the Black Fire Network.
This is the Black Fire Network. Black Fire Network.
Black Fire Network. Black Fire
Network. Black Fire Network.
Media of the 21st century.
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 The media of the 21st century.
Media of the 21st century.
As we dive into amazing conversations,
get to discuss matters affecting African people, or the African history and the African identity.
Trying to bring up Pan-Africanism, Renaissance,
relationships, life, politics, and everything in between, where we get to host some of the most amazing shows, talking about the creative industry in the country and outside, studio interviews and covering events in the ground, where we play the best top 10 countdown in the country, where we say nothing but the truth.
Do remember you can join us,
download our app, which is on the Google Play Store, and also stream on www.blackheartfirenetwork.com. Remember to follow us on our social media platforms
and win yourself some cash prize as you tune into amazing conversations.
The media of the 21st century. Woo! This is where everything happens. Right here only on the Black Fire Network.
All right. You take that down. Booyah. So be able to see me now, family. Let's get this party started. Woo! 1 2 1 2. I'm gonna say welcome back to everybody to the Black Fire Network show. I'm your host, Mr. Black Hot Fire. Always on that ass. Now we're broadcasting live from the homeland of the United States of America all the way up to the mother continent of Africa, because we're truly one of the only international radio programs, TV programs, and that's what's up. So I'm gonna give a shout out to everybody watching us on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Black Fire Network radio station, and all podcasting platforms globally, and also on all TV platforms globally. That means Roku, Amazon, Android, and Apple TV. So welcome to the ride. Strap on your head, because here we go. Black, hot, fire. Come on. We back up in this piece, family. We back up in here. Ring alarm. School's back in, stupid. Woo! Come on. We back up in here. Don't be scared. Woo! It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. Without a strong show to step to. Woo! Welcome back, everybody. We got a little dust up going on, right? Woo! Black, hot, fire. Uh, 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 uh. Uh, uh, uh. Black, hot, fire. Uh, uh, black, hot, fire. Woo! All right, family. How's everybody doing today? Trying to pick up on my ride out music. Guys, give me a second here. It's been a long time. Trying to figure some shit out. Oh, man. Give me a second, guys. Trying to figure some shit out. All right. All right, there we go. You know, a little bit of ride out music. All right. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? So I want to talk about this goofy FBA movement, this psyop that's going on, right? That these morons are on. These morons run around talking about boycotting African businesses. And like I said, this is, you touched in the head because you've had some bad dealings with a few Africans. We've already explained what happened. I explained over and over again what has transpired to have this division going on. But it's more than just that. We find out right now, right? Oh. Hit that button by mistake, sir. But they got what happened. So, there's been a few more things that transpired. Down just a little bit. That'll cause this division. This division is not even warranted, but most of these FBA individuals are actually fucking stupid. They're morons. Yeah, like I said, I already told you, they don't understand certain geography, anthropology, archaeology, biology. None of these disciplines go in their heads. And now they're running around talking about the Indians. Okay, now everybody's an Indian. I thought the FBA movement was about reparations when this nonsense first started with this goofy Tariq Nasheed, this con man, this hustler, who ain't even an FBA himself, his family, nobody. But they said morons will follow anything off a cliff, right? Morons will follow anything off a cliff. So I find this funny that they call themselves boycotting August the 1st, all African businesses. Now we know this is going to be a bust because most Black Americans don't rock with this. This is just like some online nonsense. right? It's some online nonsense. Like, I never shared with you guys because I kept everything quiet about what we were building in Africa, right? But I'm going to share that with you tonight. Half the stuff, not everything, I'm going to share with you. But a lot of things I'm going to share with you what Black Empire has been building in Africa. I wouldn't be able to do it if Africans hate us, because I wouldn't have been able to do this at all without the help and benefit of other African people. That's on the continent. Like I told you, Africa is the future. Now you got all this big hatred going on. I'm trying to tell you, Africa is the future because America is a falling, collapsing empire. If you don't understand, it's because you have, the mind of a midget. Not to say anything bad about midgets, because you should see with inflation and job cuts in America that we are a declining empire. All these morons are running around here now talking about they're Americans. They all Americans. We're not. We're Americans. We've never been accepted as Americans in this country as black people ever. This country never gave us fair justice or fair dealing. Understand that you aligning yourself with our enemies is absolutely crazy. You have no smoke for the Indians who treat you bad. The Asians, you run up in their damn little beauty supply stores and they treat you like shit. You go to corner store, gas stations who got nothing but junk and garbage in there. You don't got no smoke for them. But you got smoke for other people that look like you, but you claim you don't look like them. But if you do a DNA test, it takes you right back to Africa. And then you try to group all of us into your goopy coat. We don't want to have nothing to do with your coat. You try to group us all into your goopy coat. That's your coat. You want to be FBA or a handkerchief head Negro? Go along and be it. We're not gonna stop you from being that. We don't care. But you want to tell everybody that the FDA and all this other nonsense. That's your coat. You follow some moron, some high school dropout that's been running cons on people for the last 25 years. And you too stupid to realize that. That's your fault. Don't put us all in the same coat bag or trick bag you find yourself in. That's okay. And like I said, I try to explain this to you, and I'll try to explain it again tonight, of the mindset. So, like I said, your issues have some validity. Everything has some validity. Okay? So now I want to explain collectivism, and tribalism. As Black Americans, we've been, since slavery, had to become collectivized. We had to move as a collective, right? And so these other individuals, not really the Caribbeans, but the Africans, deal with tribalism. And I'm going to tell you, that system there's no benefit to their goofy tribe. I'm going to keep that 100. There's no benefit. That's when you guys get mad when they talk about culture. They're talking about their goofy tribe. And as Black Americans, we don't deal with tribalism. We have no tribe. We believe in collectivism. So that's why, as a Black American culture, they don't understand our culture because we don't have a language, right? Because our language is English because we were enslaved here. So when they keep talking about their culture, they're talking about their tribe. And we don't deal with tribes. So as a collective, that's why we are the culture on the globe. And of course, there's been some kind of jealousy with that. We are the culture of the globe. Even though our culture has been, sadly enough, debaucherized in the last 30 years from that horrible rap that's been taken over by other people outside of our culture. It doesn't benefit us anymore. So Black Americans have been the culture of the planet. When they think about the culture of America, they don't think about nobody else but Black Americans' culture. We are the culture of this country. There's no culture but us, not just a fact. So we don't have to explain ourselves to anybody. So when they talk about culture, they're talking about their tribe. And their tribe, I'm going to be honest, your tribe is garbage. Your tribe has not taught you how to gain power and not be victimized by every other race of people that come into Africa. That's why you ran your ass over here. But see, I'm not going to be divided. I'm not here to be divided, right? So that's what they're talking about. So we're talking about a collective mind frame and a tribalist mind frame. See, when they got over here, they seen us as another tribe or different tribe. And so they came with the same dirtbag culture that they practice in Africa, where they hate on other tribes. They don't see any camaraderie in each other. They didn't see any camaraderie as black people like we do here in America. We didn't care where you came from. If you were black, we thought you would get on code with us and help us fight the enemies, because as black people, we have no friends. So we thought you would come over here and link up with us. Foolishly, we didn't understand tribalism, that you seen us as another competing tribe. And that's been the problem. We just didn't understand that. So that's why I want us to be able to understand they come from a tribal background. We come from a collectivism background as black people in America. Coming out of slavery, we couldn't depend on nobody but all of us. So when we seen another black person, we seen ourselves in that black person. Us not being a tribe, we didn't see that as another tribe, right? So we seen black people as one whole, one collective unit. They did not, because in Africa, they're not raised like that. They're raised with their goofy tribe. That's why Africa's in shambles. They can never get together and make things work because they at each other's throats. Because one tribe is this tribe, they're fighting for whose tribe is going to be in power. So there's no collectivism in that. And so there is no progress. That's where everybody can come in and impose themselves on them. But that's what I'm saying. We have to understand that we don't have to hate anybody. No. We understand, okay, that's what's going on. That's how they came in here. That's the lens that they see us through. And we can sit them down and explain this. Hey, we're not going to deal with this tribalism here. We have all enemies coming against us. The white power structure have brought all kind of buffer races in here, whether it be Asian, East Indians, Arab, and put them over top of us to keep us on the bottom. So we telling you not to come in and side with our white oppressors, thinking that we're just another tribe, and that's where you get the problem from. And as Black Americans, we're telling you we're not going to deal with any disrespect. You're going to have to knock out that tribal culture that you claim you love so much, that tribal culture when you come over. You're going to have to scrap that. You're going to have to scrap that because that's not going to fly here. But our objective is not to hate you and talk about these morons, some of this FBA shit, right? These went around talking about, first they're indigenous to America, now they're Indians. Their whole claim was to fight for reparations. Well, how are you fighting for reparation now if you're a whole Indian now? The American Indians, the American natives already got their reparations. Black enslaved individuals have not received a dime for building the country, have received one dime, not nothing. So your claim is missing at the claim of Black Americans who were enslaved, who come from Africa, who can trace our lineage back to Africa. Okay? You morons want to say DNA tests don't even work anymore. It doesn't give you an exact place you came from because we come as different tribes from over there. We mixed with everybody. So that's why when you get your results, a portion says like mine. Mine mostly says Angola, but Angola, Congo region, right? That's where my family came from 400, 500 years ago, kidnapped. But mine has Nigeria, Ghana, Mali, Senegal, even Kenya up in there. So that's what I'm telling you. We are amalgamation of mostly all the tribes of West Africa, up and down that coast. But these pretending Negroes, they do it down. The DNA don't work. The DNA is not a real science. It doesn't work. They don't coach you. Science, geography, anthropology, archaeology. None of that means anything to these people. They're caught in some goopy mind trip. Like I told you, anything's got to be cultural continuation. Can you hear me? Hey, Rick, can you hear me over there? Even this is black, brown. Because they don't rock with FBA, any other groups. I'm not the indigenous. I'm talking about. I thought the indigenous black people are with the FBAs. I don't know what they are, Rick. Now you're confusing me, brother. Hold on. I said, Georgia out there told you was an indigenous Indian. Yeah, because that was the self-hate, Rick. That was the self-hate they had. A lot of black people, like I said, just go do an ancestry test, Rick. Go do a test to see what it says. Okay? Because all these guys don't want to believe in science anymore. Okay? Some moron on TikTok showed you his whole breakdown of his DNA and took him right back to Africa. He said, see, I'm a true FBA. You know, it's like arguing with retarded people. And like I said, the understanding, the angst is real because the disrespect has been real. It's a fly up in here. Get his ass flying around my damn head. Where you go, damn fly? So the disrespect has been real, but I'm trying to explain to you what it's been because they come from different cultures, guys. Their culture is tribalism. So when they came over here, since they've been practicing, God, can I get hold on? I don't get nothing to hit this damn fly with shit on. Damn. I don't got no paper, nothing. Oh, it's gone. Hold on. I got some paper. Hold on. Oh, God, I gotta get some paper under here so I can hit this fly in the head. Flying around here. So, see, over in Africa, they practice, and I call it what it is. It's dirt bag culture. When they damn, you know, mom. So when they see oh God, I had to get the fly. Sorry about that, guys. So when they see other African people in Africa, that's why they're hostile to one another because they practice tribalism. That's why none of these countries work as a cohesive. Damn, they get his ass. You know, that's why none of these countries actually work in Africa because of the problem with the tribal culture. They never practice and homogenize culture that can create nationalism within the country. And so since they don't understand that, everything goes to shit. Everything collapses because there's no unity. Everybody's looking out for their particular tribe. And so they brought those backward and those behaviors are backward. So they brought those backward behaviors of their culture over to here and treated Black Americans like another tribe. So that's what you were dealing with. See, we are collective. We looked at them as other African or other Black people, right? So we thought they would unite with us, but no, that's not the culture that they come from. So I want you to understand that. So that's got to be taught to them. Doesn't mean we hate on them. We teach them, hey, you're out of line. You're out of line. And we're going to bring you back in the family. Then if if you don't understand that, then, there's some things that got to be done. And that's got to be taught to them. Because their whole culture is tribalism. And they haven't figured out for so long that the shit doesn't work. For some reason they haven't figured out, they're talking about, I'm this kind of, I'm an Igbo man, I'm a Yoruba man, I'm a Hausa man, and all this other goofy shit. Does not work. That's why your country's all fucked up. It doesn't work. Okay? That's why Bikini Faso is working, because it's trying to build something that's collective, that brings everybody in fairly and equally. And so that's been the problem. You can tell me what they said to you, Rick, that I can explain it. Tell me what they said to you, Rick. Tell me what they said to you. And so that's been the problem, right? But like I'm saying, If you go over to Africa, there's no hate between us and them. That's the animosity that's been built up them coming over here. But you can't have smoke for your same people, right? You gotta have smoke for your real oppressors. They have no power to oppress you. So it's silly. You talk about boycotting them. They have no power to oppress you. None. The immigrants have no power to oppress you. So the idea, all this time we've been getting exploited by the white tea man, bringing other races into our community to exploit us, putting them over top, giving them loans, giving them businesses to get rich off our backs. But you have no smoke for them. Hair care business is a $1 billion business once controlled by black women in America. No more. Now it's controlled by Asians. And you'll break your neck as a black woman to go give your money to these people that can't stand you. Where's your smoke and your hate for them? Where's your boycotting? I haven't seen one boycott yet. You getting your goopy wigs, your perms, your nails. Most of the nail shops in the community now are controlled by Asians too. I haven't heard no woman boycott that. This was a goopy woman that told you to start boycotting other Africans. And she's not, and she came out told she's not even an FBA. She's not even a Black American. And but all these non-black people are telling you to boycott other Africans. They're not even Black Americans. And I told you the lineage of your founder is dubious at best. Lineage of your founder is dubious at best. White is not an FBA. Mother-in-law is not an FBA. So what's all this FBA nonsense you're talking? And have you asked for his paperwork? I don't even believe he's an FBA at all. Show me some proof. And if you guys want to question me, call up 850-368-9102. Feel free to call up 850-368-9102. Feel free to call up. I'm interested, right? So like I said, as Africans and African Americans, or what are you going to call us, Black Americans, we should have been trying to link up and get trade deals back and forth for economic power with those countries in Africa. You trying to cord yourself up to a little fringe group means you lose power. Where's the power that you're talking about? You screaming reparations, but you have no power. You have no power within legislative circles. Who are you putting in Congress? Who are you backing to push your reparations claim through the United States Congress and Senate? Or is it just some nonsense you're talking about online? And you get the same usual suspects, the same morons that keep telling you that you're going to get reparations without no organization. How's that possible? And you got morons saying, "Hey, don't let nobody tell you you're not going to get it." Why they just keep begging you for donations. But no organization has been put together to put on the streets to push this reparation things forward. And like I said, if you call yourself a Native American, you have no right to any reparations because your people own my people. You my enemy. Your people own my people because your goofy Native Americans own black people. Okay? If you understand that history, say you're a native, but your people own my people, so you my enemy. If that's the case, so I need reparations from your ass too. That's why these Native Americans, these racist bastards, these other Asian ones hate the Buffalo Soldiers. The Buffalo Soldiers were Black American soldiers. You know, if you're Black American, you know what the Buffalo Soldiers were. They went in and started busting heads open of these Native Americans to free Black Americans during slavery. Because your good Native Americans didn't want to let Black people go. They were just as vicious and vile as white tea Americans. There was no difference. They didn't want to let black people go because they had got rich off my people's backs from exploitation and grape. Yeah, you know what I mean when I say grape. You know what that is. But that's what I'm trying to explain to you. That's what I'm trying to explain to you, Rick, when they talk about culture. They're talking about tribalism. They're talking about tribe culture. We're not tribes. So that's what they're talking about, Rick. That's what they're talking about. Do me a favor, Rick. You go get a DNA test. Tell me what it says. I'll pay for it. Let's go get your DNA. Let's see what yours says. All you indigenous people never want to go get a DNA. Let's go get a DNA test and let's see what it says. Okay? Let's go see. All you indigenous and FBA Negroes never want to go get a test. Let's go get a DNA test and prove me wrong. Let's go see. I'm curious. Because if that's the case, tell me about your continuing culture. Your continuity of culture. What are the languages that you guys speak, Rich? What were the foods that you guys eat? Because none of your foods and none of your languages are in Black American culture today. We know we have a culture. We're the culture of the planet, Rick. Don't get upset when ignorant people come and tell you don't have a culture. They're talking about their tribal culture, their language. That's their goopy tribe, which only goes to their tribe, which who cares? The tribe has no power, means nothing to nobody but them. Because their culture is small. Our culture is big. It's the world culture. So understand, they're talking about their tribe, Rick. That's what they're talking about. Exactly right, Jim. I want to eat in the casino money. So that's what you got to understand, Rick. You got to understand they're talking about their tribe. They consider their tribe their culture, which doesn't mean any damn thing because their tribes are small in the grand scheme of things. So when they come with us, we don't have tribal culture. Okay, understand that, Rick. We don't have tribe. That's what I'm trying to explain. Collectivism and tribalism. As Black Americans, we are collective. We believe, see, if I see you in Pittsburgh or see you in Minnesota, I still call you me, Rick. Me growing up in LA. I don't see you as a different African as me or a different person. We practice collectivism. They'll see us and anybody else and say we're not part of their tribe. And then they'll act accordingly and start to undermine us because we're not part of their goopy tribal culture. And haven't been able to come out. That's why they've already been conquered in Africa over and over again, because they have not been able to get rid of that goopy culture they talk about. That tribal culture is garbage. It's garbage. It does nothing but hurt them. That's why they can't have, that's why all the countries over there are easily dominated by people with stronger cultures, which is collective. The Chinese are a collective culture. They're not tribal. That's why they go and take over them. Europeans are a collective culture. That's why they go and take over them. The Indians are collectives. They're not tribal. So every time they come against a collective culture, they lose. Because they practice tribalism. Tribalism doesn't work in today's society. Maybe 100, 200, 300 years ago when it was all right to be that way, it was good. But no more. It doesn't. There's no benefit to being in some goopy tribe. The only benefit they have is if their tribe gets in power and then they practice nepotism, but letting their tribe have everything, but all the other tribes suffer. So that's why shit don't work. Tribalism doesn't work. That's the culture they talk about. Those are failed cultures, Rick. And so, like I said, I don't want to hurt them. Those are failed cultures. You got tribal culture and collective culture. Black Americans' culture is collective, not tribal. The tribal shit doesn't work. So when they scream, tribal is my tribe, you listen, who cares? You don't got any culture, you listen at, you say, okay, who cares? Because their tribal culture has given them no benefits. There's no benefits in that whatsoever. So that's what they mean when they talk about we have no culture. They're talking about the tribe that they're from, their own groupie languages, which is small. See, all these tribes are small, Rick. They're not big. They don't have enough numbers to gain any power on the planet. So they're worthless. Unless your numbers are big enough to gain power. That's why no one practices the tribal shit but the Africans still. No one, because there's no power in it. Everybody learned to get rid of tribes. Europeans had tribes. Chinese had tribes, and it doesn't work no more. You better walk moving as a collective, not as a tribe. So that's what you got to understand, Rick, when they said that. Okay? That's what you got to understand what they were talking about. They didn't understand collectivism because they grew up in tribalism. They didn't understand collective culture and not tribal culture. So I want to make that clear. Okay? That's what so when they come, they're talking about people don't have tribes like them. But they should have already realized that that shit doesn't work. It's kept them dominated, kept them impoverished, kept their countries not progressing. But they haven't put it down today. So you laugh at that and leave that alone. So for me, there's no hate, right? Because on the continent, a lot of them understand that. A lot of them understand that. Yeah, FBA is a tribe. You say you're Indians, you're not Indians, you know. So you're at the casino. I'm at the casino now in Iowa, Nebraska, looking at zombies. 10 years. Let me tell you, my DNA. I'm not mad about what you are saying. That I know, I get it. I know you're not mad. I know you're not mad, Rick. I know you're not mad, Rick. You've been here forever. I know. I'm saying I want you to do a DNA test and share it with the family. Come on and share it with us. I'm curious. I want to know what tribe you came from. I'm curious. I'm not saying your grandparents are lying. I'm interested. I'm interested. But fam, I do want to share some things with everybody. Hold on a second. So I want to make some things clear to everybody about hating other people. And see, we're supposed to extend our hand out because it was a misunderstanding. They come from tribal cultures. We come from collective cultures. And that's where the divide and misunderstanding comes from. We don't have to call names. We need to have some understand what are we talking about here? What's each person's mind frame? Mindset. What's each person's mindset? Their mindset is tribalism. Our mindset is collectivism. See, coming out of slavery, we were a collective unit building cities and towns together, not hating on other black people. That's the way we had to move because this country treated us as one big black individual, one collective. So we move that way. So when we see somebody get shot in the street in New York and we was from California or Mississippi, we felt that. We know that's us. So whenever we see somebody gets hurt in America, we, claim that as us. That's an attack on us. And Malcolm X said, attack on one black person anywhere is attack on black people everywhere. They come from a culture where that the people not from my tribe, I don't care. They come from a tribal culture, right? You haven't been able to get rid of that tribal nonsense that they brought over here. So they come from a tribe. So if you understand that, then you can step to them and say, listen, this is not acceptable. Because when we fought in the street, when our ancestors fought in the street back in the 60s for their civil rights, really human rights, we fought to bring some of you guys over here so you enrich our numbers. But you didn't do that. You came over and you practiced your tribal culture. But not them. Because the Caribbeans don't have no tribe and they still came here with the same dirtbag mentality. So can't just say it was Africans with the tribalism because the Caribbean don't have any tribe. And they came with the same mindset. So you got to explain that too. When they came and divided themselves, just wanted to live off the fruits of our labor, reap the rewards. Well, everybody's reaped the rewards. All other marginalized groups coming to America have reaped the rewards of what our ancestors have done, and then turned around and shit on us. Now that's factual. But understand, let me explain this again, like a third grader. Let me explain this again like a third grader. Okay. So you have immigrants coming in here, whether it be from the Caribbean or Africa, not understanding we were in a war, right? Not understanding we were in a war. They get here to understand whether it was a hot war or cold war. Well, a certain time in the late 50s and 60s, a hot war, because they were fighting in the streets, and you had race riots and us burning down cities, whether it be Detroit, Los Angeles, Chicago, Newark. There were race riots everywhere. So part of the hot war. So white America always wanted to punish black people for us even speaking out about the injustices that we faced. See, everything good about this country was something that black people fought for. The people love America, the freedom with this country's never been free and equal. It's always been begrudging of having equal rights. That's why I try to roll everything back now. The country's always been wicked and evil from its inception, always. The good things that people love about is what black people fought about. You know, being able to vote, civil rights, and having equality within the workforce, and equality where you go have housing. These things were fought for. They were never given. This wasn't a norm in this country. They just given because this country's not just. It was always something that black people had to fight for, always, right? And so at that time, we're fighting in the streets. And so as the immigration bill is passed in 1965, let more black individuals in here, they didn't realize they were being pushed into a war. That white America did not, relinquish the war on black people. Still hasn't today. That war is still going on. And so they know they walked into a war, right? Where we were getting murdered in the streets by police brutality, still redlining, not being able to get loans to start any businesses. Now we've been integrated to their schools where now we're being miseducated and undereducated. And so they walk into a war, not knowing, and then also coming in with their tribal culture. You understand that? So now they're coming in with their tribal culture, and they're coming in the middle of a war that has not stopped. Has not stopped. The war on black people in America has not stopped. With the mandatory incarceration rates of black people, the crack epidemic that was funded by the CIA and the American government to destroy black people. These are wars. The prison pipeline, from elementary to the penitentiary. So they didn't understand that. So that's where the animosity comes. Like I said, I understand that. A lot of animosity is warranted, right? Some of the animosity was warranted. So I'm just trying to get a better understanding. Say we can't hate everybody. We come to the table. We try to hash these things out. There's no reason to boycott people that look like us. And I don't know why you keep saying they don't look like us. You're crazy. The reason why the difference is because we were raped. Most black Americans have anywhere between 10 to 25% of European blood in them because of the grape culture that happened to us, right? Through slavery. We were unfortunately violated. We were unfortunately violated during the period of time of captivity. So the course is going to be a little bit different look within us because we, like I said, we got anywhere between 5%, 20% of European blood coursing through our veins because of the violations during our captivity. Some more than others, some less than others. Me, I'm light skinned, and mine still is 95%. My DNA, so because we have all colors of black. My African is still 95% as light as I am, according to my DNA. All right, only got 5% of European in me. So I've seen also light skinned Africans when I've been to Africa, look just like so that haven't been raped because we carry all shades from the darkest hue to the lightest hue, without European involvement, or European exploitation sexually. So that's what I'm saying. So what I want to do is I want to share my screen. Give me a second, guys. Turn this down. Okay. So I want to share some things with you guys. I'm going to share some things with you guys that prove that Africans don't hate us. I wouldn't have been able to build what I built in Africa if there was hate there. So I'm going to share a few things with everybody, right? Give me a second. So I'm going to share some things with you guys that I did never bring up, never show, never share, that we were building, that I was building over there, and to make it for anybody wanted to transpire to go back and forth and start businesses over in Africa. I was making it a way forward that you could do that, just in case you need a place to go while this place collapsed. So I was slowly in the background building this. I wasn't doing any talking, this fake FBA nonsense. You can't show me nothing these morons built. You can't show me shit Tariq Nasheed built, so that goopy, whatever that goopy fake museum, whatever that junk is, nonsense. You can't show me nothing this goopy Jason Black built, nothing. You can't show me nothing this goopy ass Professor Black Truth is built. You don't even know their faces, they're phonies. This Biggie Dillon and this other fat phony, Fba'S moron, right? He got one channel talking about the African diaspora channel, and he's screaming on his little private channel, this FBA thing. See, these are opportunists. They don't have any core values. So they think this FBA thing is hot. So when this dwindles out and it be thrown to the side and broken apart, they'll go on to the next hustle. Because they're opportunists, like the goopy ass Boyce Watkins. This every single one of these people have been caught some kind of con, some kind of grift. But they don't want to scream this FBA moronic nonsense. I told you, family, go get their paperwork. See where they come from. You got the Phil Scott moron talking about this FBA. He's not even married to an FBA woman. What is he talking about? They're concerned about being an FBA. He's not even married to an FBA. This moron's not even married to an FBA woman. Just like Tariq Nasheed not married to an FBA woman. And they're the ones pushing all this hate and division. And you can't get no reparations claiming to be a Native American. Sorry, they already got this. Go talk to them. Those people enslaved my people, enslaved Black Americans. So there's no love lost for me to them. There's no brotherhood for them. That's your brothers. They enslaved my people and didn't want to let them go. Okay? So I want to share some things with you guys about what we were building, what I'm building over there, saying, hey, come stay at the Airbnbs that I'm buying. Come over here and get a feel if you want to, because I'm telling you, Africa is the future. Whether you like that or not. That's why inflation is going through the roof and these tariffs are killing us, because we are a declining empire. And most of these morons don't understand this is irreversible. We're going to leave the inflation down to hyperinflation. It's like all these layoffs coming. Because we're bankrupt. So understand, when you lose, let me try to explain something to you guys. When you lose your manufacturing edge, when you was number one in manufacturing. You were number one in innovation. You no longer are. You were number one in exports. You no longer are. What else I say? You were number one. Only thing you're number one in now is military building. Military equipment. You're not number one in agriculture. You're not number one in education. So you've now declined in all these levels that would make you an empire. You've been replaced by China. And you're not going to get that back. And that's why you keep pushing for another war. You're not number one. We're not number one in education. We're not number one in innovation. We're not number one in manufacturing. Or number one in any kind of production. See, these things matter. Just when you know you're declining empire, that's why your dollar losing value. That's why you have inflation so high, because your dollar has lost its value. You understand that? You understand that? Well, let me share this with you. So I'm going to share some things that we've already built over there, okay, guys? Share some things that we've already built or in the process of building. And that you understand, with our partnership with African people, I wouldn't have been able to build none of this because I was a foreigner. But they took me in as a brother and helped me find the place I need to go in Kenya and Tanzania to make things work, to get things popping. No scams. So everybody's got a scam stream. Everybody gets scammed. But guess what? Keith has never been scammed in Africa. You know why? Because I always knew I would deal with the right people at the right time. Whoa, you had another accident, Rick? Oh, man, I'm sorry. Whoa, Rick, you got a fractured jaw? Oh, brother, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry to hear that, Rick. Man, you breaking my heart. That's crazy. What you doing at a casino and you got a fractured jaw? You supposed to be in bed, Rick. Anybody want to call in? They can send the numbers 850-368-9102. But let me share some things. So I built this studio over in Africa, in Kenya, Nairobi, of all places. I wouldn't be able to build it. I wouldn't be able to get the permits. Wouldn't be able to build it. Being a foreigner, I would have got scammed. So everything I built, everything we own. And if I didn't have righteous people working with me, I would have been scammed. You never heard me talk about being scammed in Africa because I've never been scammed. And let me share with you things that I own. That Black Fire Network. The company owns it. Black Fire Network owns it, not me. Let's go down memory lane here.
Welcome to the media of the 21st century. My name is Jovida Nelson, all the way from the 254 Kenya. I'm the manager of this amazing platform. And of course, welcome to Black Fan Network, media of the 21st century.
Hey, somebody said can you guys hear me on the other channel? Somebody saying the audio's muffled and low. Am I too low? Let me raise my audio up a little bit. Can you guys hear me over there? Rick, Jibber Jabber, Lando, can you guys hear me? Let me raise my volume a little more. Can you guys hear me? I said I was too low. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me all right. about now? Can you guys hear me now? I didn't know it was that low. You guys should have told me I was low. I didn't know I was low. You guys should have said something. I was asking about my sound. You guys should have told me I was low. How about now? How about now? Can you guys hear me now? You guys hear me now? Let me know if I'm still low. That's what you guys just told me. I thought it was just, you guys just told me, can you guys hear me now? It's better now. You guys, I kept asking, was my sound low? You guys should have told me. You guys should have told me I was low. Can you guys hear me now? All right, it's great now. Okay, that's what's up. Okay, now you guys, I know, being away for so long, you always got technical difficulties. So I must turn down my mic. You guys can hear me now. All right. Okay, guys, let me start this again. So it's okay. This is the studio over there in Kenya.
Name is Jupiter Nelson, all the way from the 254 Kenya. I'm the manager of this amazing platform. And of course, welcome to Black Americans Network, media of the 21st century.
Yeah, you guys should have told me I was low. I couldn't have built none of this without African help. All right, so I'm gonna end that right there. We're gonna end that. Go to something else. Give me a second. If you ever want me to share all this, let me share all this stuff. Give me a second. Let me go here. You guys know we are right now in the process of building this restaurant over in Dar es Salaam. Let me share that. Without Africans, I wouldn't be able to build this without help from African people. Okay? You guys see it on the screen? Would not be able to build this. Okay, so I'm gonna show this. This over at Dar es Salaam. I think this is bigger than that moron's damn fake ass museum he built. This FBA nonsense museum. So let me share this with you. Exactly right, Jibba Jabba. It's not no broom closet. Not a lot of work did go into that. The restaurant should be open and running by, I think, probably October or November, depending on how things go. We'll be able to build this without African help. You understand that? This would not be able to be, this wouldn't be built. Do you understand that? It's everything I've been hiding from you guys. I haven't been sharing. So I'm gonna share all this with you now. Stuff I haven't been. So I'm gonna share. I'm not gonna share all of it. I'm gonna share a lot of it. But there's even more stuff that I have to share. I'm gonna share with you, everybody, at the end of the year. Okay. And these videos are a month old, so I'm sure it's probably more stuff down there. Let me go. One second, guys. Now these videos right here are a month old. So I'm sure it's probably more been done now. So when they get the line to you on in these FBA spaces, these morons, they don't let you build. We don't do nothing over their family. They don't ever help you out over their family. It's always some scamming going on. It's always some fake shit going on. They don't help your family. It's always. So I want you to tell them revert back to this video because I'm about to show you a lot of stuff, right? Once you revert back to this video and say, they never help your family. There's always some scamming. These Africans always scamming you. Nothing ever works. There's always some lies going on. And then there's always some bullshit because that's their hustle. This is a psyop. Give me a second. Let me just real quick. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. 1 second. So, let me go here real quick. Give me a second, guys. 1 second. As a patient, give me 1 second. We looking for 3 more things to share. When they get to talking that nonsense about, oh, they're cheating us over their family, they just be killing you and all this kind of shit. I ain't been murdered. So let me share a few of these things with that are just pictures that I want to share. Let me get to it. Okay, let me share this. Okay, let me share this. Okay, so we were in the process of building this. Get bigger. So we were in the process of building this earlier this year, and it's been open for like 3-4 months now, right? We were in the process of building this. I was in the process of building this year. It's all legal. It's all legit. It has its permits and everything else. It's not a legal business. It's all legit. It has its permits, business license, and everything else. Couldn't have did that without the help of African people supposedly hate us, family. So leave that there and show that. there, right? Everybody can see that. So Joby came up with the you guys can see that inside the thing. Joby came up with the name of the barbershop salon. I'm gonna build like maybe 5 or 6 of them, right? But right now, all my money's going into the restaurant right now. But so as you guys can see that right there, it says for Black Kings and Queens, and I didn't even come up with that name. Joby came up with that name. I didn't come up with the name Black Kings and Queens. So if you guys can see right there, Joby came up with that. Let me share with him. Oh. So we built that earlier this year, right? As we were doing other things, right? So let me get out this right and let me share with you the staff. Go back here. Let me share with you guys the staff. All right.
Hey everyone, my name is Ruth Shirabo. I'm Ugandan, but I Kenya, and I work at Black Kings and Queens. My name is Ruth Shirabo. I'm Ugandan, but I do reside in Kenya, and I work at Black Kings and Queens Nail Parlor, Strong Barber Shop. It's located in Ongata, Rongai, Kajiado County, and I work as a makeup artist, nail tech, and I have 5 years of experience. So this company is under the umbrella Black Hot Fire Network. You should check us out on YouTube. Thank you. Hey everyone, my name is Ruth Shirabo. I'm Uganda.
Okay, that right there is Ruth. She's the makeup artist, nail tech, and barber. She's also a barber. Let me show everybody. Dang, where's it going?
Hi everyone, my name is Capri. I'm from Kenya. I'm a professional barber, optician, nail tech, work with Black King and Queens under Black Hot Fire Network based in Kenya, Kajiado County, Rongai. I have experience of 5 years in the game and I really love the art. If you want to find me, every social media pages at Capri the Barber. Hi.
Okay. We got Ruth.
I'm Ella from Kenya. I work as a hairdresser and a nail technician at Black Kings and Queens under Black Welfare Network. I have 2 years of experience. You can find us in Ongata, Rongai.
Actually, no, Jibba Jabba. Don't take a year. No, you just go. As long as you got the money, right? As long as you got the money, something. Nah, it didn't take no year. Took us nothing. Just had the money. Exactly. I did that for the family. I built a bunch of so when everybody goes home, you get a free haircut. You get your residence. You get a trip to the hang out with the family at the studio. Get free lunch and breakfast over there at the restaurant. So you're Cherokee, okay, if you're Cherokee, then that means you have black people as slaves. Then Rick, your family had black people as slaves. Cherokee was one of the major slave owners of the country, and I doubt they were, but Cherokees own black people, Rick. Massive amounts of black people. So I doubt if you was a Cherokee. So if you don't know that, did they tell you they own black people? I'll show you that. I'll show you before we leave that the Cherokee own massive amount of black people as slaves. Okay, and on the trails of tears, they were savage to their African slaves, their black slaves. You know, they're black slaves as they went from the Georgia, South Carolina region, the North Carolina region, all the way over to Oklahoma. They were savage with their black slaves. So you say so we'll see. That means your family was slave owners. I doubt that. So, you know, everybody's a Cherokee. Cherokees were massive slave owners. They always forget that part. Families forget that, but they're massive slave owners, right? So, okay, that's there. Let me see if I can share this other picture. Okay. Let me share this real quick. So they were major slave owners. All right, major. They always leave that out of the equation. They always leave that they were major slave owners, right? somehow that never makes the equation. Let me share this. That never makes the equation. Everybody talk about that Cherokee, Creek owned slaves, Cherokee owned slaves. All these tribes that black people got, Chickasaw owned slaves. All these tribes that black people say they're part of, they always forget that they own slaves. They always forget that part. Cherokee, Creek, Chickasaw, all the people own slaves. They always forget that one minor thing. And they didn't own they didn't own their own Native Americans as slaves. They owned African people as slaves. Everybody forget that one thing, that they owned Africans as slaves. Not Native Indians, Native Black Americans, or whatever you want to call yourself, Native Indians as slaves. They owned Africans as slaves and did not want to let these slaves go. And that's the reason why the Buffalo Soldiers had to go in there and knock some heads around. And that's why today the Native Americans hate the Buffalo Soldiers, who are my heroes. Because the Buffalo Soldiers went in there and did work to these Native Americans that you guys are calling yourself now. They wouldn't have to do work. They wouldn't go in there forcibly stop them from owning Black American slaves. Okay? Everybody always forget that part of history. That little part of history ain't no good. You know, nobody wants to remember that part of history, that they own slaves. Everybody forgets about that. Okay, that's inside there. I want to do that. Hold on, give me a second. I want to show. Give me a second, guys. I want to share all that stuff. There's some stuff when they was building it. See, that's my contractor. Only problem I got with this, they wouldn't let me build it bigger. They wouldn't let me have as big as I wanted to go because the other clients in that strip said it would be blocking their businesses if I built it further out. It's supposed to be twice this size, but as I started building it, the contractor came to the contractor and told him, "Hey, what are you doing? You're gonna block our businesses," even though they wouldn't, because it's right on the main street. Nobody gonna block your business. So I had to cut the size down that I initially had planned to build, because the owner of the building said I could. Each person, I could build it as big as I wanted to. He had no problem with me building it out. And then his other clients complained that if I made it too big, it would block their businesses, right? So like I showed you, so this them, the guy put down the cover, that's my contractor there, right? Does all my work for me. He's the one that helped me build Black Empire, the studio, and he's building it now. So you keep the same contractors, jibber jabber, the same way you do in America. Once you get those relationships, you want to keep them, so you have to keep finding new people when you need to build, right? So let me get out of here. That's what I'm going to show you guys. Let me go here. Hold on. Let me go here for a second. Give me a second. Let me get over there. Let me go here. Okay, so right here, you guys can see this. I had built some greenhouses, right? And if you guys remember the show, if you guys go back and check out Irritan's show, yesterday, Friday, I was asking the lady, she had on a farming consultant, because right here we're growing basil for the Middle East. And we were having problems because it got cold and the basil was having problems, coming to. Wait a second. Oh man, this thing is battery's good. Put that in there. It said that the basil was having problems growing and also having problems with fungus. If you guys can see here, so I purchased that land and built these greenhouses, which were very fucking expensive. Not gonna say how much, but they were very, 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 very expensive, right? So let me. So this is the basil that we were growing in this. See, this is the basil. They were growing all three of those greenhouses, right? So this is the basil right here. That's the beginning. We were putting the drip lines in. You guys see drip lines. How it looks when it starts growing. Then we package up and send it over to the Middle East. Okay. Workers. Now, I wouldn't have been able to do this if Africans hated us. Damn, what's that doing? Sorry about that, guys. Let's fix this damn TikTok thing. So we wouldn't be able to do any of this, build any of this stuff. All right. If there was hate involved, okay? You guys will see this. So I want you guys to see this. And I never tooted my own horn. I showed you guys. I'm showing you guys a little bit tonight. So this is the basil as it's finally grown, right? As it grows to its final stages in the greenhouses. Like I said, which is expensive as hell. The greenhouses, but not cheap. I'll put it like that. Okay. Okay. There's Black Empire Network's Basil Greenhouse Farms in Kenya. So that's the greenhouse farms that we own. I got a lady, like I said, I was talking to Irritant on her show yesterday. And she's going to come in and give us some consultation of, what can we grow that's even better, that's even more profitable. Okay, so that's the greenhouses, right? So you guys know, get out of there. Okay. And go back over here. So you guys know I purchased some more land, right? And that's right here.
Haya, unaona tatoka hamu hapo.
So they see, they measured out the land that I bought. So it means I got to clear this land, because it's all virgin land. So I got to clear it. This was not as bad. I bought like 3 acres in the same week. The other one's really bad, right? But this was not as bad as a few stumps. So this won't it's hard to clear, right? Clear it and go ahead and and get it ready for farming, to till it, to clear it, and dig it all up and put in the rows. You know when you farm shit, when you get land ready to plant. So we got to clear the land. So I just bought this a couple weeks ago. And so they were showing me what it is. No scamming. No scams. Everything I show you here, there's not been no scams. Ain't that funny? I ain't no land scams. I own this. Everything I'm showing you, I own it. Ain't funny. I never got caught up in no scams. No scams. Everybody, Africa, you get scammed. I got scammed. You guys see all the stuff I'm showing you. That purchase in Africa, no scam. Okay? Everything's not a scam. So he's measuring the land. So he's measuring the land out because I gotta put a fence up around there. So here's what the FBA morons don't understand. That you take the money that you had, because most of them are broke and messed up. And it's how you can easily get rich. Because you take your dollars, and your dollars are still worth more. Now, over there, you can take a little bit of money and actually build something, build a legacy that you wasn't able to build here because of the prices and inflation. You were able to build a legacy there. So,
haya, unaona tatoka hamu hakori kuma hau mwathari nginya ukomusha wambate ni handu urona muthuri ucio uroka hau niho muhaka uri gucoka uguo.
Okay, I want to share all this with you guys. I'm not going to share all of it. Joey didn't want me to share none of it. We shared the rest of the stuff I'll share at the end of the year. Okay, so this is the land we had already bought, and I had already cleared the land, right? When we were clearing it, the other land that we bought to grow potatoes out there for, because KFC came and gave us a deal in Kenya to get those potatoes. I didn't have to find a market. KFC bought those potatoes. So that land right there, we bought this at the beginning of the year. I bought this at the beginning of the year. See, it's virgin land right there. They out there working. Somebody said I was being a slave catcher, right? I wasn't. So all that land out there I own. I bought all that land up out there. I bought all that. No scam. No scam. Oh, you get scammed. You can't buy stuff out there. I bought it. All right. Hired the workers. Had it cleared, and that's them, right? So, see, Black Fire Network clearing and planting all that land. So, you pass that. Let's keep going over there. Okay. See, that's when we first got it. We had to clear it. That's before we cleared it. We were making it ready for farming. And then our first harvest came in last month, or the month before last, something. So that right there led to this. That led to this. Those are potatoes. So this is the potato field, which we already harvested, and we're about to plant again next week. We're gonna plant this week, but hell, I ran out of money. I told Demore we gotta wait the next week. So those are potatoes that we planted and already sowed, because it's already harvested. So those are potatoes under there. Underneath all there. If you guys haven't seen a potato field, those are potatoes in the field. This has already been harvested though. Okay? When you say you can't do nothing in Africa, it's a lie. So those already been harvested, right? So the other land I bought was to add, the ones we got to clear, was to add to these potatoes, because the market, we already have the market. That shit's going to KFC. That's going to KFC potatoes. So as soon as we plant it, as soon as we harvest it, it's already sold. As soon as we harvest this, it's already sold. We don't have to find a client. We don't have to find a market. It's already sold. All we do is harvest and get the money. It's already sold. Once it comes up, it's sold already. Imagine that. All these other morons can't show you nothing that they built. I kept all this quiet forever. These morons can never show you nothing that they built. Nothing. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of everything we built. Sure, the restaurants, the beauty supply. I'm going to share. We built the beauty supply store is being built right now. I'll show you guys in the. A lot of stuff I'm not going to share with you guys until, like I said, Joe didn't want me to share none of this with you guys, but I wanted to push back on this FBA moronic nonsense. You show that people not getting scammed. Show you the rest of there's real business going on. I want to prove this to you. You know I've never lied to you about anything I've ever done. That's why I kept this quiet. I want to show you tonight. And then at the end of the year, I'm going to show you all of it. In the year, I'm going to show you all of it. And let anybody come talk shit to me about what's possible, what's built. Can no one show me what the fuck they built? No one. Not some Cherokees, all Cherokees, Rick. Not some Cherokees, all Cherokees own slaves. Whole tribe on slaves. Let me get out of that. That's just inside the barbershop, salon. Let's go here. Let's go. That's the beginning of at the basil when we put the first greenhouse up and planted that first basil. You guys know it's 3 of them now, so that was just the first house that we had. Okay. No, you guys were kicked out the Cherokees and forced to go to Oklahoma, Rick. They were forced to go to Oklahoma. I'm not saying they came to Alabama. They went to out. Remember the Trail of Tears, Rick. The Native Americans kept their African slaves and forced them to go on the Trail of Tears with them. See, a lot of people don't know that the Africans were forced to go on the Trail of Tears with these wicked ass Native Americans. A lot of people don't know that. They took their slaves with them. Ricky. They took the slaves with them. Because they weren't going to let them go. That's how they made these people rich. And I always tell you the original, most of the native population, another thing that these FBA morons don't understand, the majority of the native population was wiped out. Just like in Australia, like 95% of the native population in America were wiped out, were genocided. And the other tribes, they own slaves. So I'm not going to argue this with you Cherokees and Creeks and Chickasaws. like I said, Ricky, do me a favor. Go get a DNA test, brother. Prove me wrong, Rick. It don't cost much, Ricky. Prove me wrong. See, I'm going to prove that no good goddamn keep wrong talking his shit. I'm going to prove him wrong. I want you to prove me wrong, Rick. I want you to prove me wrong, Ricky. I want you to go and take that DNA test and tell me what it says. And when it comes back talking about the Congo and Senegal and everything else, just let me know. So let me go here. Just let me know, okay? It's in my head. I want to show. Just let me know. Okay. It's potato fields again. So this is the guy we had watching the field. Remember the monkeys, Africa's got monkeys. The monkeys kept getting into the potatoes, so we had to put up a scarecrow. The monkeys kept getting into the potatoes and taking away the potatoes, and we had to put a scarecrow out there. Okay, so also with that, guys, we were trying to find. Oh, this is when we build it. This is when we were building it. This is when we were building it. Had the guys out there building it. We had to get all that stuff out there. They had women legs. We had to get all that shit off of there. We built, we had to get all that stuff around and off of there. Somebody else's business was all over top and stuff up there. So this is us building it out. And this right here is all of the greenhouses, right, with the basil. You guys already seen that one. You guys seen all this already. Workers laying it down right there. Okay. They got a drip line. Workers putting it in there. Okay. Nobody's getting scammed. I still own it. It's still there. Okay. Make sure everybody know I still own it. It's still there. No one's getting scammed. I own it. It's still there. Okay. We've already had a couple harvests of this already. Yeah, we've had like 5 or 6 harvests of this stuff already. Okay. That's still there. These are potatoes again. Let's see now. Let me see this. Those are potato seeds. We were seeding everything. Let's see that. Workers sitting down. We were cultivating all that damn land. Still there. No scams. Real work. Okay? So when these FBA morons get to popping off at the mouth, talking about shit don't work in Africa, it's a damn lie. You put this video in their face. You say, well, how was he able to accomplish all this shit? Everything I'm showing you guys is in Africa. The restaurant I showed you in Africa. Barbershop salons in Africa. And let me show you guys this one. See where I'm at. Hold on, give me a second. This is where we got the idea, guys. This what when we were building the salon. This the color scheme we went with. Beginning of the year when I was building, I said, hey, I like this color scheme. We'll make it this. This would be the color scheme, the way we build it out. It look like this. But share this. It's what it look like when it's all grown out. Okay. Yvette Cornell is a kind woman, just like Tariq Nasheed tends to speak. She's been caught. She works for right-wing white organizations, 10 Speed. As I told you, you can't trust none of these, you know what? These half black people, I'm gonna call it. Since I'm on TikTok, I'm trying to keep the word I want to use, the M word, down to a certain level. She's already been caught working for right-wing think tanks. She's already been caught working for right-wing think tanks, right? So she's already been caught working for right-wing think tanks. Oh no, you gotta go. No, decline. No more. You guys gotta go. Goodbye. No, decline. No challenge. Goodbye. Go. No challenge. Go find somebody else. No more. No challenge on TikTok. No. So anyway, It depends on where we're going. Of course, I got to go to Africa. Too, so I got to go back and forth. I own so much stuff over there. Of course, I'm going back and forth to Africa. Of course, that's why when you get a chance to speak, go back over this video again, and to show everything that I've already built. Right? That's what I'm sharing with everybody. Everything I've built. Depends on the time of the year you're going, 10 speed, and where you're going. See, everything I've built is in Kenya and Tanzania, right? Everything I've built is in Kenya and Tanzania, so that's the thing. No, you guys go. No challenge. You guys go. Yeah, so everything I've built is all. Yeah, that's a scam. You know, Democratic Party can be right wing too. 10 speed. But yeah, she's been linked to a right wing think tank. Just go back and research her. No good, but. Yeah, she's been linked to a right wing think tank, 10 speed. So yeah, this is all science. It's the same old shit. She's been linked to a right wing think tank. So it's nothing organic about none of these movements. Yeah, I know. You gotta go back and check the video out. I'm showing everybody everything that I built over there. I kept everything secret, 10 speed. I'm keeping everything under the radar, right? So you guys see that? That's the greenhouses, the basil. So I wanted to prove to all these FBA morons say you can't build. And it's always scamming, and these are Negroes that never build anything. So the basil's in full bloom inside the greenhouse. You guys can see. I'm sharing everything with you guys. And I kept everything hush hush, wouldn't toot my own horn. Okay. Okay, so let me share this up. Let me share this other thing with you. Okay, so I don't got any videos of this other, so I'm gonna show you guys something else. So let me see if I can find it. Give me a second. Look close. You guys will know these are the green. I'll show this again. These are the greenhouses. On the land that I own, there's the greenhouses, and it's the basil up inside there. So we built the greenhouses to grow the basil. All right. So these are the greenhouses that I built to grow that basil. But something else. You can see right there. That's when we had first started building it. See, and built one over there. We just started building. We had to clear all this land. We just started building them, right? I don't know what happened to him, man. I have no idea. 10 speed. I remember you talking about he's a truck driver. I don't know what happened to the brother. I have no idea. 10 speed. You're right. I remember. I have no idea what happened to him. Someone looking for. Give me a second, guys. I thought I put it on here. I thought I put it on here. I thought I put it on here. You guys see, this is what the basil look like when we get it processed and get ready to be sold. After we grow up, we package it, then we send it out, right? So this is what it looks like when we package it, then we box it all up right here. We box it all up, then we take it to the airport and we ship it out, usually to the Middle East. Sometimes to Europe, but usually to the Middle East. Okay? I'm going to show you guys what like when people really build shit. Okay. This is the new land that we bought. The other land, this got to be completely cleared. See all these stumps and shit. So this part of the new land that I purchased, this right here, we got to clear this land. It's full of stumps because we're gonna put potatoes on this one right here, and this right here, right? So we got to clear all these goddamn stumps, these stumps and shit. So we got to clear all these stumps. This is gonna be a job. So stumps, this is all virgin land. See, this is land that got deforested. So that's why it was cheaper for me to buy, because we got to clear all this land. I got to clear it. See, I got to clear all this land and then make it and get it ready to grow potatoes. See, all these stumps and shit, that's a lot of work. See, all these stumps, you got to clear all this because this is virgin. Okay, I want to show you guys something else that we're doing so I can find it. So if you guys also know, right now, I own about 40 sheep. So we're also doing sheep farming, trying to get to 100 and 200. So we're going to share the sheep. So also out there, I have sheep. I wasn't going to share this. I have sheep and rabbits. I don't got no pictures or no videos of the rabbits. I'll show you guys that at the end of the year. So we got sheep that I own out there. So we're going to share the sheep for wool, and we're going to, also, kill them for lamb meat. Right? We're gonna, people eat lamb in Africa and over in the Middle East a lot. So you can call it now. You can call it now, 10 speed. The number is 850. You see the 850. It's down there right there. Number up there, 850-368-9102. You can call it now if you want to. Before I end the show, you can call it now. Okay, live in Liberia. Okay, that's what's up, Ricky. That's what's up. So if you guys see right here, I only have 40 sheep right now, right? It's only 40. There's only 40 of these damn sheep. And so, but this wasn't what I wanted to show you guys. I was going to show you guys this at the end of the year. I don't got no images of the right. This one I'll show you right here, right? So we're also doing beehive farming. So we have beehives, right? Almost up to 100, but I don't got no things. That's when I had the Maury take them up in the car all the way up to the village, and we got them staged up now. But now we only have 100 so far, right? We only have 100 so far. And so we were running them back and forth from Nairobi up to the village and getting them set up in the structure that I had built, right? That I had built. So we got honey. So we're doing honey farming too, honey and beeswax. And so we're doing industrial extraction of honey. So I didn't get to take a picture of that. So I showed stuff that, we were transporting in the back of the car that the morgue going up there setting it all up. So in the year, I'll show you guys pictures of that, the rabbits, the honeys, and the sheep, and the other stuff that I had built. And also by that time, the restaurant will be built, right? The restaurant will be built by then too. So you guys see that right there? That's those are beehives, right? So we have the beehives, we have the lambs, we have the rabbits, we have the barbershops, we have the beauty supply store. I'm gonna show you guys that. I don't got no pictures and no videos of that yet. We'll show you that once everything's up and running. And like I said, I'll say that for the end of this year. I'll say that for the end of this year. So I just wanted to show you guys, as people were lying to you, that there's scams and you couldn't do nothing after. These are lies. So I wanted to prove this. When you got this moron Tariq Nasheed talking stupid, this moronic Jason Black and this other moron, first of all, you ain't never seen nothing they built. Nothing. You can't show me shit they built besides some dumbass fake ass phony baloney museum that's not a museum. You can't show me nothing they built. So I'm gonna show you what building looks like. I always put my money where my mouth is. I'm gonna show you what building looks like. Okay? So I have tomorrow take some videos of the bee farm and stuff so you guys can see how far we've gotten, how many hives that are occupied. Then I'll explain to you guys how much money it is. It's a very lucrative business. It's right there on the screen, Ten Speech, right there. Look at the screen where it says 850-368-9102. See right there on the screen? 850-368-9102. It's on the screen right on your left-hand side right there. So you guys see that? So, okay. So, all right. So, I think that's all. So let me see. I got these damn sheep. We only got, I think we're up to 40, 30 or 40 of them right now. I think we're up to 30 or 40 of them right now. Let me see. Uh-oh. We're up to like 40 of them right now. So, you guys see, yeah, see, that's the shop. And like I said, I didn't even name this. Joby named the shop. Joby named the shop when we built. Joby named it for Black Kings and Queens, right? So Joby was the one who named the shop, not me. So Joby came up with the name of the shop when I was building it. Okay. Okay, so there you go. One more time. Last time. You guys can build. Okay, it's last show. Last bit of the restaurant. Like I said, this restaurant video is a month old. So a lot of that patio out front probably has already been built. So I'm gonna put a bar in there. A real nice bar, right? We're gonna do live music. We have a barbecue pit out front. People just want to just barbecue instead of coming directly in the restaurant. We have live music on the weekends. It's gonna be just a hot spot. A hot spot, family. Right? That's why I want you guys to get your passports. I told you guys get your passports. So when they say shit can't be built, that's a lie. When they say Africans don't help you, that's a lie. Because I built all this shit with the help of everybody. If not, I wouldn't be able to build it. kept all this hush hush. Right? Wrap this up. I wanted to show you that
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the media.
everything has been built with the help of Africans. No scamming, no nothing. Ain't flies right there. Get his ass.
Media all protected us.
Let's go over there and get his ass. Let me pause it. Give me a second. Can you hear me, man?
Yes, sir. How you doing, my brother?
What's going on, man?
Man, you always 100, man. You listen. You are so 100. You just been crushing me. He done got me away from that FBA demon. I was on that bandwagon, but you know what?
Yeah.
I've always listened to truth. And when somebody tells the truth about something that I misunderstood, and I said, you know what? I can't no longer roll with that. Because somebody had brought up too much truth about these situations and what's really going on. But I told myself, like, FBA ain't no damn organization, but no, it is. It is. It's separation. It really is. It's separation. Because see,
it's a hate group.
I think what happened is many of us are taking experience that we have with certain African people. We're applying it to various African countries, even the whole continent. So we are applying it. Like I met a Nigerian talking crazy one time. This was years ago.
Yeah.
You know, he met I told him, I said that my girl that I was with, she's Nigerian. She said, because she's from England.
All right.
He doesn't speak for the whole damn country. Who we supposed to be? I said, you know what? And that was like the late 90s. You know what I said? She made some sense.
Yeah, because you guys are taking your interaction with one African and taking it to the whole continent of 54 different countries. And then, like I said, people not understanding that they come from tribal cultures. We come from a collective culture, 10 speed. They come from tribal culture. So when they see us and when they talk about their culture, which is dirtbag, they look at other Africans as rivals instead of family. We as Black Americans, we look at other Black people as family. So we don't look at tribes, so understanding where they come from. And like I said, they walked in on a war that they didn't understand. Yeah. And so they wanted so they separated with tribes instead of collectivism. But go ahead, Tinsky.
Yeah, I'm saying when you had made that statement one time, that's what said, you know what? I said, you know what? He's 100% right, because I can't go on with the bullshit. He said they walked into a war.
Yeah.
And you're right, they walked into a war and they didn't understand it. I remember a long time ago I watched a program where an African lady said that when she first came to America, you know, they were showing videos and telling them to stay away from Black Americans.
Exactly.
Are violent.
Yeah.
So I'm saying to myself, like, you know what? How long had they been showing videos that all these guys that came here? And then they got the wrong aspect of us, and we get one of them.
All the time.
The war started.
All the time. They can't come in. They couldn't come in here unless they were on the coon train. They were that they took those classes. Damn, Black can't get his ass. That they took those classes about staying away from us and not having anything to do with us. But we should have known that. You know, that the embassy, the American embassy, before they allowed people to relocate over, that they were going to be gave a certain spiel, a certain information to keep us divided. But like I said, we didn't understand tribal culture. We didn't grow up in no tribes, so we didn't understand that shit.
Right. Because I never understood. You know, I heard one guy said, we use the word Africans. They don't even use the word. They use the word whatever they tribe or their country is.
Exactly. They don't use the country. They use the tribe. The Igbo, the Hausa, the Fulani, the Yoruba, the Kamba, the Lua, their Kikuyu, the Zulu. That's what they use. So that's what they mean when they talk about their culture, their tribe. So when they talk about Black Americans who really have the biggest culture, they didn't see that because we're collective. They didn't see because we're not a tribal people. So that's what they talk about. Oh, you guys don't have no culture. They mean their goopy tribe 10 speed. And our culture is bigger than any of their tribes. That's why our culture is the number one culture on the planet. Black Americans' culture is everywhere. It permeates the planet. And so they also dealing with a little bit of jealousy from them. Our culture permeates the planet. Their little small tribe doesn't permeate shit. Doesn't even permeate their own country, let alone the whole world. Our culture, since it's collective, it permeates the whole world.
Yeah, and like you said, it is division. I remember, like I said, a friend, she was telling me that I guess she living outside of a place called Tottenham, England. In English, she was saying how there was so much division between the Jamaicans and the Nigerians in the 90s and early 2000s that they had a thing going on over there in the UK and everything. So the division has been going for a while. I think social media is bringing it out because social media want for it to come out.
Of course. Too, but. Yeah, they want the more division because they see as America starts to collapse and Europe starts to collapse because inflation, we can't afford anything. And that's just going to go till we just collapse because the American dollar, the dollar's losing its cachet around the world. It's becoming devalued. So first going to go to inflation, then the hyperinflation because we are a part of the declining empire. So the whole thing is they know Africa's on the rise, so they're going to try to stop the unification of African people because as you come together, you become the power. And that's what the tribal Negroes have got to understand. Tribalism cut you off from everybody. You lose power by doing that. And that's what someone started to figure out, that tribalism is whack. But
I'm talking to a brother yesterday. I talked to what he said. He's talking about that there was an African leader over there who basically telling on African. He said there's really no true African union. It's all fake. He was telling me that they just got one brother over there trying to stand up to everybody, but then they still selling land and everything else to China.
Well, that depends. That depends on what country. See, some countries. See, you got too many of these countries. What country? We know Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. They've outlawed Chinese people on the land. So so you can't be definitive about. They say, oh, they selling land. What country? Some countries are. Maybe like a Zimbabwe was doing it. I know they were trying to get parts of Tanzania, but Tanzania stopped it. They said no.
That's good.
Nigeria said no. No, they're not letting you own the land. That's a no. They said no. So not many countries in Africa are going to let the Chinese own the land. They let them lease it.
Are they trying to build? Because from what I was told by a brother, I'm not for sure. I know that I probably missed a show you might have done, but they were saying that Chinese trying to expand in all African countries, also in all Black Caribbean,
of course,
all Black Caribbean islands and stuff too. So my thing is, if they doing that, and I'm sure their economy is about to collapse too.
Well, see, but understand that they, unlike Black Americans, we're going to be by ourselves. China knows they're going to go out and try to conquer, the rest of the world. They're not going to play no silly games about not going out and taking land and trying to build themselves up. Only Black Americans do the FBA. Let's all be FBAs and don't build shit and don't have nothing. Yay, that's great. That don't make any sense. The Chinese are trying to go out there and trying to dominate. That's what. So I think in the Congo, the Chinese are trying to get land. It's like the United States just got some land from Congo because of the wealth. Africans got to understand, none of these goopy FBAs, that Africa is the wealth of the planet. Africans are exploited because that's the continent that moves everything. That's the continent that fuels Europe, Asia, and America. That's why there's a fight on for it.
Okay. So I was wondering, Africa got all these resources, and why they have not yet, maybe they have done, but build the material to bring and harvest those resources and everything like that. So I thought that they were actually going to try.
They haven't because of the tribal,
buy some machines from some of these countries.
No, they have because of the tribal culture. No, the hatred for each other, the tribalism, and also the Europeans got complete control of those countries. Those are all puppets over there. So they keep. Understand the CIA and Europe has never left Africa. They install their puppets, keep them in there, keep the police in there to make sure Africa stays impoverished while the wealth is funneled out the country going, because that's how China got built. China was poor 40 years ago. It was built out of African resources. How they rebuilt Europe after World War II, out of African resources. All that shit comes out of Africa. And so Africa stays poor. Africa understands, like you said, their culture is bullshit. That tribal shit's got to go. That's why even Touré is such a big thing. He said, no, tribal got to go. We got to become collective. So that's what the Chinese did. The Chinese understood that too. You ever look at China? China had a bunch of tribes. They said, we got to knock this shit off. When we become a world power, we got to be collective. So that's how the Africans move. Black Americans move. We moved as a collective. So that's why we were able to build so many towns before white people burned them down to the ground and murdered and killed us, because we moved as a collective. We moved as family. So we would always, whenever we left alone, we would be successful until white rage stepped in to kill us and burn, unalive us and burn things down to the ground. Then we start all over again. We had so many cities that were prosperous that would cause white tea rage, and they would lower the boom on our ass. So
yeah.
So
but man, I mean, a lot of people, my friends always tell me, boy, you just tell me I'm just racist. I always tell them, I think these Jews behind this, most of this stuff, and
they are. They're the real power. They're the real power. That's what
Jews. Yeah, but my thing is, there's a difference between Jews and other white folks as far as breeds are concerned, because white folks stupid too. But these Jews have to come from another planet, man, a lower dimension or something. But these dudes, you know what I mean? They white, but they are so snake and so subtle. They just do all kind of shit. And I said to myself, man, how do these people get away with this shit?
Because they own everything.
People, how they get away?
Because they run all the banks. You understand? They're embedded through the fake banking scam. All banks on this planet are run by a central bank. So America's got a central bank. Right. England's got a central bank. France, all these countries got central banks. And they're controlled by the central bank of central bank, which is the Bank of International Settlements. So when you look who actually owns all these banks, it's those people you just mentioned. that group of people own all of them, all of it. And then you go to media, they own all your media. They'll gaslight you, say, oh, you can't talk about it, don't do it. That's why they pass laws now. They're going to lock you up. We even mention them now. Maybe you mention them. We got to be cool. They're locking people up. There's laws in Florida, laws on the planet. You even mention them, you get locked up.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Like I tell everybody, I said, just think about it. Every president the United States ever had was for these people, get these people more and everything too. Everybody said, listen, I said, I'm not going to Donald Trump.
They wasn't born, they had no choice. They weren't going to get in power. They're controlled by these people. These people want to put them in power. That's why you got no Democratic or Republican party. I've been trying to teach people forever. Those are things of Democrat or Republic. They're controlled by the same people. Same people put them in power. Yeah. So that's why the policies never change. Our policies, things never get better because these people run it all. That's why you got AIPAC AIPAC is a political organization that's not made to declare itself as a foreign power. How can a AIPAC, which is the Jewish lobby coming out of Israel, not be a foreign entity? But it's not.
Right.
When Kennedy tried to declare them that, he got his head blown off. Unfortunately, he got unalive somehow.
Man, I must say this before I let you get the phone. Remember last week, I was in my neighborhood going to certain places. I see the NOI brothers out there selling their final calls, right?
Yeah.
And usually I always patronize. I give you one a week, something like that, right? The same spot. And I looked up, man, and they had a dude out there. Looked like he's a dude from India. From India.
Yeah.
Selling final calls. So I asked the brother, I said, hey man, what's up, man? I'm always chatting with him, man. What's up with that?
They been a
What's up with this dude? This dude right here with these final calls,
they been a phony group, 10 speed. They never been a solid group. You know why is a kind of scam? Because what they tell you?
Yeah. So I said, man, I said, dude, you mean tell me that y'all got Indians and Mexicans and y'all thing?
Yeah.
Okay, he said, okay, brother, have a good day, brother. I said, all you want to answer, say, have a good day, brother. He's not going to chat with you. So he walked away. I said, ain't that some shit?
Well, you forgot the NOI was being supported and bankrolled by the white supremacists, the Hunt family out of Texas back in the 50s.
yeah, I heard that. But I just wanted to say something to him because I'm saying to myself, you niggas ain't nothing. I said, you know what? I said, tell my brother, I said, I never buy another final call ever again.
I know you about one big.
I got a bunch of them.
Oh, good luck to you. You know they been with the Scientology, Ron Hubbard,
yeah.
And that ain't really NOI. That's the Nation of Farrakhan. Remember that when Elijah Muhammad died, his son Wallace took over. He took him out of the end. It wasn't right. He took him back into Orthodox Islam. Farrakhan got mad and started his own group, which that's that shit there. That's not has nothing to do with the Nation of Islam of Elijah Muhammad, which is a con game too. They are both cons, but he started his own Nation of Islam, right? So I just call that is nothing but Farrakhanism.
Yeah, I just have to say that, man, because like I said, I hear about it, but I was shocked.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I hear about it, but now I'm seeing it for myself. I said, man, these niggas are something else. And they're all gone, they're all over with. But, you know, I mean, I knew they was some bullshit. It was just a fact of just seeing it for myself.
It's always been on some bullshit. It's like it's like it's a fake organization to get you riled up, but never to take you anywhere. Never take any kind of revolution. Yeah. It's just like a stopgap to make you spurt your energy because they know you're gonna get mad. You want to fight. So that's just a place to take your energy and house it over there. And shit never changes. They never do nothing. You get to talk about bean pies and goofy articles and Brother Farrakhan. What about Matt? What about Honorable Farrakhan? All that who ain't never done shit. never took you nowhere. Just do a bunch of dumbass speeches talking about the white devil and all that old shit. That's to get you excited. But there's never no building. There's never doing nothing. You still stay in the same space. He started that shit back in 1980. That's 45 years ago. And what have they done? Nothing. They're still in the same corner selling bean pies and old ass magazines. So 45 years, what's been the growth?
Right, you're right. No progress. They're just doing the same thing. One of my buddies, he got out the Nation of Islam about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
He was telling me because he said as he went to he took a young lady with him, and she had to open her mouth like they lived together, this and that, and they had to talk. They had to talk to him, put him on punishment because he had a living girlfriend. Mm-hmm. So that woke him up, and when that woke him up, he was basically telling me that, man, the Nation of Islam was full of shit.
Yeah, it's fake.
But he said he had to go through that stuff.
Yeah, he probably did because it's someplace to house your energy because you're waking up and you're looking for something that's revolutionary, something that's going to get you some information because they give good information in the beginning. You got to read out the bullshit with the good information they get. So there's levels to it sometimes. So sometimes we end up in a Nation of Islam, or they end up as a Hebrew Negro light, or they used to end up at that other one with that Dr. York, that what's that shit called? That New Wapian nonsense.
I asked the dude, he said, man, let me ask you a question, man. You might be a New Wapian. I said, ain't that dude in jail for molesting kids? Does that bother you?
Yeah.
I said, man, all this knowledge that he got, you following it. But that shit that he was accused of and he actually in jail for, does that, and said, if it don't bother you, then you know you just following that man as a coach. So that shit would bother me.
Of course it would bother you, but see, that's a code. They're like, NOI is a code. All that shit's a code. 10 speed. But like I said, sometimes you need that to start waking up to acquire more knowledge, and then say, hey, I'm in a goddamn code. This shit's fucking crazy. This some actual bullshit here. What am I doing? What's happening?
Yeah.
So because I got duped I never joined the Nation, But I had me all fired up with that stuff. And that's when you knew they were phony when they got rid of Khalid Muhammad. When Khalid Muhammad was talking the truth, they had to get rid of his ass because the JDs, the cats with the hats, told he's got to go. I said, yes, daddy. Yes, master. And they tossed them brother Khalid Muhammad out on his ass. He was gone. He was, excommunicated. Get your ass out of here.
Yeah. that brother was a good talker. I'm telling you,
yeah, great talk.
That brother would have left them completely and started his own Malcolm X type of thing. I think they knew that.
Yeah, that's why they got rid of him. That's why they got rid of him. That's why they got rid of him to his feet. Suddenly he got cancer and he's dying. All of a sudden get nothing. They had to get rid of him because he was talking about starting his own movement and he couldn't be pacified. See, whenever you're the real deal, they're gonna find a way to get rid of you. Farrakhan ain't the real. That's why he stays around. He's like 95 or something, 90s, whatever his ass is, old as hell.
But you know what? You know what? One thing I do notice, Brother Keith, whenever one of our people become real big, they either have some diseases or they get a mental disorder or something happened to them.
Of course.
Let me bring up one person. He was a young fool, but he had a lot of knowledge. That little dude, young Pharaoh. When he first came out,
he was crazy
had good
too.
Information, a lot of knowledge, and all of a sudden, bam! Just like that, he lost his mind. He debated that white Jew boy and tore his ass off. From that day forward, he was never the same. So I'm saying to myself,
because he was doing all. He was doing all that weed too. You don't know what was in that weed. He doing all the weed, all that shit be up in there. Sure, they laced his weed with some. I don't know what happened to his ass. You heard what the hell is he doing now?
They say he was in jail now, but the thing about it is
he's in jail for what? What did he do?
He first came out. He was talking about he don't smoke weed. When he first came out, he said, I don't do that stuff. He look at older videos, and all of a sudden, he moved out of New York to Texas, and that's when everything started. I think he started communicating with these dudes, giving some money. I think it happened, but I look at him. I look at what's the older cat name that had the book called Dick Gregory.
Oh yeah, crazy ass con man Dick Gregory talking loony ass Negro. Let me tell you about my foot. My foot goes so far up your ass until you smell my sneakers. What I say?
He had conditions, but the thing about it just seemed like to me that when black folks began to try to move up or move on or bring up some real information, all of a sudden they just break. I don't know if they give them money. I don't know what happened.
But now you have war. We don't have any independent economy. So in this system, if you're real, they're going to come after you and they're going to destroy you. They're going to destroy you financially. And since everything's built on finances, they're going to destroy you financially. You can't even. They'll debank your ass. There's no jobs to be had unless you create your own income. You got enough people, you create your own income, your own economy, which the Nation of Islam should have been, never did. Unless you got a big enough movement where you create your own economy and you can sustain yourself. But usually, they're not gonna allow you to keep an economy inside their country. They're gonna come and destroy you. So remember the war is against black people, tends to be. So just like when Fred Hampton was a threat. He's number 19, 20 years old. He's a threat. Just by saying, hey, we're going to try to bring people together and righteousness and do the right thing and get what we're supposed to get. That's a threat already. They were plotting to murder this man. Killed this man number 20, 21 years old. He was a baby. And they got rid of his ass because he was a danger. See, when you're a real threat to their system, at the end of the day, their system is all they care about, their power. They stole, murdered, raped, pillaged to get where they are. They've stolen everything. They're not just going to allow you to be out here popping out at the mouth talking about getting rid of them. It's not benefiting them. So that's what you're going to deal with.
Yeah. Just like I was telling my brothers, it just seemed like it's like they just waiting for the rise of a black messiah. Everything over here. Always. That's a black messiah. They wait for a rise. And I told my brother, I said, you know, it's kind of good to
Always.
keep them become mainstream, and then become mainstream and got real big.
I did get big. They destroyed me.
You your shows up all the time. You got to build a new channel all the time.
No, I was big at one time. I was, but they kept telling my 10 they destroyed me. 10 speed. They destroyed all my numbers. Yeah, they just contained me. Exactly. So they either get rid of you or they contain you. Yeah, they destroyed my reach. So because they got algorithms, so they destroyed the reach. And I was getting 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 views of video, 100,000. That's way back 10 years ago. They stopped that. So, because whenever you start talking the real thing, that's why, and you guys know this, and this is how you know it's real. See, we're also on TV, right? So if you got any kind of streaming TV, like Android, Apple TV, Roku, or Amazon, you just type in Black Fire Network and the channel, because you'll see me live on TV, right? I'll be live on TV to say I am right now, right? But in Africa, yeah, you just download the app. You go on any your TV, streaming TV. So
I gotta update my mind. I'm so far behind. I think I'm in 2008. I gotta start doing it.
Okay, but see, in Africa, since we're so big there, and what we're doing there, you go on the TV, which is Android. The radio's just, people hear me right now in Africa because they hear me on the radio station, on the radio too, right? But the TV version is blacked out.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, blacked out throughout the whole continent. It's blacked out. Our TV station in Africa is blacked out. So don't think they know what time it is. Yeah, our TV is not blacked out in America or Asia nowhere. In Africa, where that's the wealth and waking up people. In Africa, the TV station, I mean, they can hear them on the radio. The radio still works, but people want to watch TV more than they want to listen to radio. So you go to the TV part of the channel, it's black. It's blacked out. And I paid for that. I paid for the TV, but it's blocked out because they know they don't want no Africans looking at me on TV waking them up. They know what the real is. So even I paid for it. I mean, you can get in America and any other countries, type in Black Fire on your streaming channel and it'll pop up and you'll see me live. But in Africa, on their TVs, it's blocked out. So they know what time it is. It's blocked out. Blocked out. Yeah. Blocked out. All throughout the continent. Blocked out.
I talked to a brother today. I said, hey man, he said, man, let me ask you a question. I said, all over the world, man, black people, man, ain't doing too good. He said, what kind of God are we serving? I said, maybe we serving the wrong God. I don't know. So he said, I'm gonna sing this song by Nina Simone based on what you said. I said, man, think about this. We don't know what's gonna happen to them in the afterlife, but as of right now, all over the world, black people are fucked up and always live there. So he said, so do you think we're ever gonna overcome this? I said, I don't know, man. I don't know what kind of God we're serving.
None no groupie guys are guys, and they tell none of them groupie guys are God.
I thought about the show one time that you were talking because you got real deep. If you ever heard, you talking about the different kind of God and what was going on. And I said, I was trying to find this show. I could find this show to keep you. This is the day I was telling the guys that I'm trying to find this show to get talking about different kind of God and what was going on. And you were talking about the Yahweh kind of bullshit that he was on. I said, man, I want to do that again. I told my buddy about it. So if I find that video, I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay. Yeah, send it to me.
It just made me wonder, man. Black folks. He said, well, were we meant to be slaves, man? I said, I don't know.
No, we was supposed to be slaves. We got enslaved by savages. So, but we knew we were going into slavery. That's the fact. We knew that it was going to happen because we're on a 25,000 year cycle of time. What you see now? Okay, so anybody knows anything about the great year 10 speed, you understand that everything has a ascendancy and a regression. So we were in the regression period when these other people, since I'm on YouTube, I can't get too graphic. These other people just showed up, I'll say it like that. And so now we're back on the rise again. And that's what they're trying to stop. They know that's right? So we're back on the rise. And so if you look at everybody's birth rate around the planet, Everybody's birth rate is what? Dying. Is in a negative, except the Africans in Africa. So they know within the next 30 years, 1 in every 4 people on the planet is going to be an African. Overwhelming. So the African will dominate. That's just a fact. So that's why they're trying to start with the new GMOs and the BACCINEs and all that shit. Because they're trying to stop that rise. You're not going to stop it because God, the creator, I don't want to say that God, where's the European term, the creator is already getting rid of these other people because the planet's getting rid of them because the evil shit that they say, why don't you never get no karma? They're getting their karma. You just don't see it. You gotta understand their birth rates, their death, their total evil and wickedness they've done, and they have never repent from none of it. They doubled down on their evil. They're doubling down on the evil right now. They're making all white towns, and I'm good for make all the all white towns you want. I'm cool with that because their genetics is all messed up. I want them to be by themselves. Hey, do your thing. See, they don't understand the planet is getting rid of them. They're the ones that always burn down every forest, rape every. They don't deal with nature. They destroy nature. It's always destruction and death wherever they go. They never have any harmony with nature. They always fight nature. And nature's had enough. Wherever they go, something comes extinct. They kill all the animals. They poison all the rivers and streams. They put some property. They burn all down. The trees is always them. So nature said enough. See, they think it's just, because the economy's bad, we can't have children. No, nature's told their ass enough. They're not going to have babies. That's why their birth rate is all fucked up. They believe it's something. They don't understand their wickedness has caused it. They don't understand that the planet is saying, you got to go. You got to go. And that's what the planet is doing. So it's not nobody having to fight them or kill them. They're going to be wiped out anyway. Their numbers are gone. Nobody's trying to fight me. All mad. They can't fight us. They ain't going to do with us. We're not destroying them their birth rates. The planet is. The planet has told them no. No more, you people. The planet's going to live. See, the planet is a living entity. That's nothing. The planet is alive. It's a living entity. It's not dead. It's living. It's alive. And they have never treated it with any kind of spiritual reverence. Understand the planet, they call you tree hugger, all this other nonsense. The planet and trees live. They're living entities. They have feelings. They have intelligence. They never understood this. That trees have intelligence. They're alive. They're loving. They're loving. They give carbon dioxide and oxygen back to the planet. They serve a function. Them is always destruction, kill. You're a tree hugger. There's no spiritual balance with these people. And so the planet has got to get rid of them for its own self-preservation. That's why their numbers are in the dirt. They haven't figured out.
They say the Asians not making babies.
Them too. They've done the same. They've done the same thing. I'm not them too. They gotta go too. Why do you think the Japanese asked for black men to come over there and impregnate their women? See, remember, white people supposed to be the hierarchy. Why did they go to white men ask them to impregnate the Japanese women? Because they know black genes are superior. That's why. And these are facts. See, all that fake white supremacy shit is nonsense. Black genetics are superior. Everybody knows this. Except for them. That's why.
My friend that last week, I said the Japanese, they want black men to come over here and impregnate their women. He didn't believe it. I'm telling you, man, that shit was real.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's why it asked black men to come. They understand that genetically, we're the superior race. That's a fact. Genetically, you can argue that. I'm going to argue that with nobody. It didn't ask for white men to come and impregnate Japanese women. It said black men because our genes are the best genes on the planet that last longer. So that's why they said that, because they're dying out. The Japanese as a race are dying out. So are the Chinese too. Chinese are inverted. Their numbers are inverted too.
Yeah, 100 years from now, man, it's going to be something. I think it'll be sooner than what we think.
Yeah, well, you're talking about within 30 years, the Europeans going to be, completely almost wiped out. He's done. So that's why they're trying to. That's why they're trying to figure out. They put their consciousness in a robot. That's what all this transhumanism stuff's about. So they can survive inside of a robot. They download their consciousness and live forever inside of a robot. Yeah, with all
I
this.
never thought about that.
Yeah, so they can live forever inside of a robot, or they want to create a mulatto class where they take black women and create a mix. It makes you on the TV. All your commercials got a white man or a black woman or a black woman and a white man. They try to make it credible for them to go ahead and say, you need They're telling them subliminally, you're going to need to be with somebody black in order for you to survive.
Yeah.
Because the only ones got positive birth rates are the ones in Africa. They spent years committing genocide over there, but shame on them. They realize that the African, the black, is the creator. Closer, the darker you are, the closer you are to creation. Melanin is the cosmic force of the universe, whether they like that or not. Say it again.
Right. Just imagine the sisters here didn't do all that kind of abortion. Just imagine what.
Remember, their minds were messed up. They got all the racists got there from Margaret Singer, as part of the Rockefeller Foundation, to wipe us out. So they already figured, if that was the case, it'd be over 100 million black people in America today. We wouldn't be 50 million, we'd be over 100 million. But see, that was the thing that Margaret Sanger said, how you kill a black baby? Kill it in the womb. That's why all this abortion came from racism. And that's why all the abortion clinics were always in black neighborhoods. They put you in poverty, orchestrated poverty, so now I can't afford to have a baby, I might as well get rid of it. So that's what they've done to black people to destroy your numbers. But see,
yeah.
Damn, get this damn right. Hold on.
Yeah, you're right. That you made it sound clear. Made it sound very clear. But I was telling a friend I said that you said it made us poor, made it so hard for us to have it.
Yeah,
create all these different obstacles, all these different situations, and all of a sudden, they're like, well, fuck it, why have a baby?
Yeah, because now what they've done, they destroyed the country so much with their racism that it made it hard for them to have. They already had problems having children. Now they made it economically unviable for them to have, so they just increased their extinction rate with their racism. They've increased their extinction, right? With this stupid economy that they've been propagandized by these right-wing morons, these billionaires, been stealing all the money out of the economy. They didn't believe in having unions and not giving people a livable wage. Now they're so far gone. They would never worry about when our stomachs touched our backbone. Now that their stomachs are touching their backbone, like, oh my God. So their birth rates were already messed up 10 weeks. Now with the economy, it's even worse. So what they did, they just turbocharged their extinction. That's why their numbers are on civilization collapse.
Yeah, they might start saying, black people, we need you. We need to be alive. We need you. We're gonna promote interracial thing. We need you.
Ain't gonna be enough of us.
You
might get the black woman. You ain't get enough black men to say. They're gonna say, hell no. We want you out of here. You're wicked. You're racist. No. We're not sharing no genetics with you.
Off the planet.
Yeah, exactly. You said you're the best, and you don't want anybody around you. I want you to be segregated. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with your segregation. Exactly. I agree with you I agree with your all white towns and your all white everything. I agree with that.
Right.
See, because they haven't been taught that their genetics is the weakest, and then when they stay together, that's why their genetic makeup is so weak. So when they stay together, it starts breaking down because they are the less genetically diverse. So their genetics breaks down and it causes extinction. So I'm with it.
It did.
Yeah, that's
like here in Chicago. Now Chicago always had been a segregated city until they now trying to gentrify. But in Chicago in the 70s, you have the white Irish neighborhood, the white Italian neighborhood, the Polish neighborhood. Now, and since like the late 80s, they don't even have a neighborhood. You might have a couple Irish on the south side. It's a couple of them, but there's no white area where white people are saying you can say that's a white neighborhood because why? Not only did we move up in here in mass numbers, but they were not creating babies.
No, exactly. They were not creating babies. That's the whole thing about them. We gotta get rid of the Mexicans, get rid of these other brown people. It's not gonna save them because they're not having babies to begin with. Exactly right.
Yeah. See, that's what they trying to do Chicago, but man, keep I really enjoy talking with you, man. Like I said,
Yeah, man. Rep this thing up.
you open my eyes up, and I was like, man, I'm with the FDA with $8 shit like that. But you know, you see, you told the complete overall truth.
Yeah, because I'm not. Because I'm not trying
of someone's hurt feelings and hurt.
Yeah, because I'm not trying. I'm not trying to hustle no hate. They're trying to hustle hate right. Because a lot of these cats are being paid for by these other people to cause this division. Because the people who started this, most of the morons took it. They didn't understand. They took it with it. You know, they might have one bad experience with an African or two bad experiences, but they don't understand. You know what's the cause of all this, right? They don't understand that. So,
welcome back to Are You Smarter Than Me?
So like I said.
Well, my brother, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate sharing information with you, man.
Yeah, much love, man.
Thanks for everything. I'm be right here still listening.
Yeah, much love, man. I'm gonna wrap this up, man.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, man.
All right, my brother. Have a good one, man.
You too. I'm gonna wrap this up, family. Looking. Been on here for 2.5 hours. Let me see here. All right, time to wrap it up. Black, hot, black. Okay, as we wrap this up, family, much love to the family. I tried to show you everything we've built. If you haven't seen it, go back and rewind the video. I'm going to say we out. Much love, family. I got to catch a damn fly. Black, hot, bang. Woo! Wrapping this thing up. Much love, family. Woo! Black, hot, bang. Ring alarm. School's out, stupid. Black, hot, bang. Much love. We building, family. Woo! Black, hot, bang. We out. Y'all supposed to tell me that we didn't have no damn, my sound was too damn low. I'm new to this again. But I will be back every weekend now. Can't be back tomorrow because I got to get up out of here. Woo! But we back. Black, hot, bang. Make sure you join us at the restaurant when you got time. Make sure you come. Get your reservations in. We cook up some good food, man. I knew he's old, Ricky. I knew the old Negro was old. We're gonna have a spot for him at the restaurant. Call it Taste the Home over there. We're gonna give a seat to Farrakhan. Woo! Black, hot, bang. Come on, have a seat. Black, hot, bang. Oh. Let me end it with the video Black Hot Fire Network. Share where the family works when you guys see them in the morning. And with Joey every weekday. Black, hot, fire. Woo! Come on. Woo! Come on. Gotta play up one more time. One more time, family. And we're in it. We're in it with Black Hot Fire. We're in it with this, family. We're in it with the network over in Africa. Black, hot, Where Joby at? Woo! Come on, come on. We out, we out. Black, hot, bang! Woo! Don't let these morons tell you can't make nothing in Africa. They're all liars. Show me what they built. And I told you, I'm your huckleberry. Put my name in your mouth, and I'll break your back. Black, hot, back. Woo! Come on, come on, come on. We out, we out, we out. Shout out to all the Tonto Negroes. I'm Fba'S Reeves, Negro. I'm Fba'S Reeves. You Tonto. I'm Fba'S Reeves. You can be Tonto. I'm Fba'S Reeves. Woo! Black, hot, hot. I'm Fba'S Reeves. You can be Tonto all day. We out, we out, we out, we out. Black, hot, bang! Black, hot, bang! Woo! Much love, baby, much love. We out. Black, hot, bang! Everybody pound that like button on your way out, fam. Don't cost you nothing. Pound that like button. We out. Black, hot, fire. We out, we out, we out, we out. Black, hot, fire. Woo! Woo! Oh! Black, hot, fire. Much love, family. Woo! Woo! We out, we out, we out, we out, we out, we out. Black, hot, hey! Woo! Feel good to be back, family. We out. Much love, fam. We out. In this joint. So, see everybody Monday. Okay, I'll be gone tomorrow, but didn't make it home time enough to do one Friday, but I'm back. I'm back. I know I keep saying I'm back, but I'm back finally. You'll get the shows every weekend, fam. Hopefully twice a weekend, but I'm back. So peace.